right, Old School Will is back at it again with another edition of Old School Will's 6-Minute Cruise Talk. Now, before we get started, let me ask you a small favor. We've now reached over 2.5 million views on this channel, and first of all, I want to thank every single one of you for watching, commenting, and supporting Old School. Now, let's turn those views into subscribers. If you enjoy honest cruise discussions without all the hype, hit that subscribe button and become part of the Old School family. It doesn't cost you a copper penny, but it really helps this channel continue to grow. Now, let's get into today's topic. Say that fast 5 times. Have you ever spent months planning the perfect cruise? You picked out that beautiful cabin, you counted down all them days like Old School did in the past, only to get on board and discover you chose the wrong room. Now, believe it or not, your cruise cabin can make a much bigger difference than most people realize. Today, we're talking about 6 cruise cabin mistakes that thousands of passengers make every single year, including Old School. Now, these mistakes happen whether you're sailing on Carnival Cruise Line, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, MSC, or any of the other cruise lines. Let's make sure they don't happen to you. Now, that first mistake, number 1, you're booking the cheapest cabin without checking where it's located. A lot of people see a low price and immediately check. But what they don't realize is that cabin might be sitting underneath pool deck. Every morning before sunrise, cruise members are moving lounge chairs. And I mean, they're scraping those chairs all on the deck, that little deck. They're cleaning the deck, rolling equipment across the floor. What sounds peaceful on the website can sound like bowling balls rolling across your ceiling at 5 o'clock in the morning. This is so true, by the way, folks. The same thing happens if your cabin is underneath a nightclub.
It's 3:30 in the morning, and I can't sleep. I got woken up at midnight by some loud, thumping music and a DJ directly above me.
A theater, or close to busy public areas like them walkways to the elevators. Saving a few dollars isn't always worth giving up a good night's sleep. Now, that mistake number 2, not looking at what's above, below, and beside your cabin. This is one of the biggest mistakes first-time cruisers make. Always study the ship's deck plan. If your cabin is underneath the galley, that's the kitchen, you may hear rolling carts, pots, pans, things hitting the floor, and kitchen activity long before breakfast. If you're next to an elevator, guess what's going to happen? You may hear people talking late into the night, especially those folks that are so totally intoxicated. And those connecting cabins. Sometimes you hear conversations from your neighbors I don't think you really rather not hear. And some of y'all, y'all might be a little, you know what I mean. Always look around your cabin before you book. Now, that mistake number 3, you're choosing the wrong location if you're sensitive to motion. In other words, that good old motion sickness. Every ship moves, some more than others. Cabins located high up toward the very front of the ship usually experience more movement. In other words, if you're at the front of the ship, which is the bow, you're subject to getting motion sickness real easy. If you get motion sickness easily, that can make for a long vacation. Now, generally speaking, a cabin located lower on the ship and closer to the middle tends to provide the smoothest ride. In other words, dead center of that ship and as low as you can possibly go. If you're not prevalent to those balcony cabins like Old School is. It's something many experienced cruisers already know. Now, that mistake number 4, you're not paying attention to obstructed views. Sometimes passengers book what they believe is an ocean view cabin. Right. Only to discover there's a giant orange lifeboat sitting right outside their window. Technically, wow, this is good. You still have an ocean view because you got that window right there, and that says you got it. But you may have to lean around a lifeboat just to see the water. Always read the description carefully before booking. And sometimes spending just a little more gets you a much better view. Now that mistake number 5, and old school, oh wow, I am really good at this. You're packing far too much luggage. You know, old school usually comes back with more clean clothes than I leave with. Why? Because half of them I don't use. Go figure. Cruise cabins are designed to be efficient. They're comfortable, but they're not huge hotel suites. 2 oversized suitcases laying open on the floor can quickly make your cabin feel crowded. Pack smart. Now those suitcases, old school, I usually just throw them up slide them up underneath the bed, especially if you have if you have a double or a king size bed, you can slide them up underneath it. Now most cruises are casual. You probably won't wear half the clothes you bring anyway. That is so true. Leave yourself some room, especially if you plan to shop in the ports. Now, that final mistake, number 6. You're expecting your cabin to be something it's not. This one surprises a lot of first-time cruisers. Cruise cabins are generally smaller than hotel rooms. That's perfectly normal. You're not going to spend most of your vacation inside your cabin anyway, at least hopefully not. You'll be out enjoying the restaurants, the entertainment, like old school people watching, and I love doing that. You're going to be around those pools, and you're going to be off that ship in those ports. And everything else the ship has to offer you. Think of your cabin as your comfortable place to sleep, shower, relax, edit your videos like old school, and recharge for another exciting day. Once you adjust your expectations, you'll probably enjoy your cruise a whole lot more. So, what's today's lesson? Before you book, study that deck plan. Pay attention to what's above, below, and beside your cabin. Think about that motion. Don't overpack, and know exactly what type of view you're paying for. And most importantly, set realistic expectations. Those simple steps can make the difference between a frustrating vacation and one you remember for all the right reasons. Now, excuse me. Now, I'm curious, what's the biggest cruise cabin mistake you've ever made? Share your story down below in the comments. You might help another cruiser avoid making the same mistake. If you enjoyed today's cruise talk, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who's planning their next cruise. And as always, until that next time, y'all stay blessed.